And while you're getting your scriptures, we'd like to say welcome. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Hey, hello, good morning.
In the walls of this church,
How are you?
so many stories will be told.
1 Peter chapter 1,
The one that is hardest to share
beginning, the middle, and the end of our trials.
is the one that belongs to Ruby Johnson.
Because every time I think about it, tears start coming down.
And that's okay.
Tears from the day when she was treated less saint, more sinner.
All right, boys, we're here.
January 4th, 2022,
Anyone inside? 5380.
the Denver SWAT team
Denver Police Department with a search warrant. You come to the door with your hands up.
stormed Ruby's Montbello home.
Ma'am, come to me. Come sit back here. We're going to tell you what's up.
So nobody else is in the house, man?
No, nobody else is in the house. I see stuff like this on the movie, but I didn't think it'd ever happen.
Well, we knew you were a star, so we were going to make you a movie star today.
It all stemmed from a search warrant. Denver police say they were looking for a stolen truck. Inside that truck, one iPhone and a lot of guns.
And to stash a few guns in the shed.
In the end, police found nothing,
Good, man. Anything, Nate? All right, we're going to call it good.
but left behind a feeling in Ruby that she was the criminal.
You know, how are you doing now?
I'm doing okay. I was kind of, doing kind of bad, because
yes.
of what was going down. And I said, why did this happen to me?
Right. It's been hard to watch her. It's been hard. I noticed she's changed. I noticed that she's not the same Ruby. And I noticed a sadness that I had never seen before.
I need to find out what's going on and who assaulted my mom. And I said assaulted, but I did not mean physically assaulted, but assaulted her mentally, emotionally, because she was so upset.
Ruby's family wants an explanation. So did we. Court records show to justify the search warrant, police relied almost exclusively on an app, the Find My iPhone app. The owner of the stolen truck told police his phone pinged at Ruby's house.
That's how it is. I mean, it's not right, but that's how it is in the brown community, where it's like they do first and then they ask questions later.
Miss Johnson, did you have any grandkids over recently?
Did I have any
Like
grandkids?
maybe yesterday?
Oh, no.
No.
That's how little they think about our community, that we deserve for them to just come in guns blazing.
State Representative Jennifer Bacon represents Montbello, a neighborhood we found that has the second most SWAT knock-and-announce search warrants when police use SWAT gear and armored vehicles.
It is, let's show up in front of a dozen houses and yell into a bullhorn your address and come outside.
We found that 64% of those warrants happen in neighborhoods just like Montbello, with a majority of residents who are Hispanic, Latino, and African American.
I don't believe this would have happened in a more affluent neighborhood without additional evidence or verification.
That perception is wrong. We're going to do our job no matter what part of town it's in.
Denver Police Division Chief Joe Montoya says the approach officers used was gentle.
Well, race had nothing to do with where that phone pinged. We don't, when a phone pings to a home, if this phone was pinging in southeast Denver, Cherry Creek, we're still going to go in and try to get those guns.
Problem is, the last time the phone pinged around Ruby's home was nearly 22 hours prior to the raid. And the owner of the phone tells us he told DPD it had also pinged at a McDonald's and a 7-Eleven.
Would it happen in Northfield? Would it happen in Highlands Ranch? Would it happen in Cherry Creek? Doubtful.
Neighbors like Sharon Battle feel the consequences when police show up like this in their neighborhood.
I think it impacts all of us because then we feel less safe, more concerned. I think Black folks have a trauma that we kind of live within our spirit. We know that this can happen to us anytime.
I could clearly understand that, if that happened to me or happened to one of my relatives, I would probably be concerned about it. However, we do also have a responsibility to keep this community safe. And as we know, with where gun violence is in our community, we have to do our due diligence to try to find these weapons and secure them and get them off the street so they don't get in the wrong hands.
Where do you think she's hiding the rifle?
A sanctuary intruded, and it was damaged. Police know this leaves more than a mark.
We do understand how we, try to do things better, and I think what we're learning is that, in situations like this, that what we need to start doing, and I believe we're going to start doing, is follow up with these communities after an event like that occurs. In this case, I think it would have went a long way into, healing some of this.
Yeah, but it's a process. I think it's going to take you some time.
Yeah.
It's going to take you some time because this is traumatic. It's
It
traumatic.
was.
Yeah.
So I need to get out of Montbello.
Yeah.
Montbello might lose one of its longtime residents of 40 years.
So you're thinking about that now?
Yeah, he want me to move to Houston.
As Ruby searches for a place that feels like home again.
We want you to know that we're here for you, and we just praying for you, that you'll be at peace and that your life will be better than it was.
All right. Okay.
Amen.
Thank you.
All right.
Amen.
Love you,
Thank
sister.
you very much.
I love you too.
I think seeing that moment between Ruby and her friend Rita reminds you that this happens to real people and it has real consequences emotionally and mentally. Throughout the last several months, we have talked to multiple attorneys and former DAs. Well, we found a few that said that they did believe there was reasonable cause to go into Ruby's house. Others were very adamant that they would not have signed that search warrant without police doing more, especially given the fact that the phone was not registering or pinging to any location when they finally raided Ruby's home.
Well, you said almost 24 hours earlier. Which was the last
22.
time they did ping there?
22 hours earlier was when that phone was actually registering, had a signal. It died thereafter. And of course, the next day they go in, she's at home watching television. And today Ruby is still feeling the impacts of this. And it's been almost a year. It's been 10 months since that day. And despite that, she doesn't feel safe in her home. She doesn't want to live in Montbello. And regardless of the circumstances, that's a really sad thing that someone who's lived there for so long, a long-time resident, doesn't feel safe anymore, doesn't want her grandchildren in her house. That's the reality of this situation.
Your home is your safe net. It's your community, your people. But all of them feel that when all these trucks show up and you're thinking, what's going on next door?
Yes, and that's exactly what Sharon, the neighbor, said, is that at this time they all have that same fear of, what if this could happen to me? What if there's really no way that I'm connected to something, but despite that, what if they suspect me? And it's not just a direct impact to the people like Ruby, it's a direct impact to the community, the neighborhood, the people that witness it, and the people that see police over and over again in their neighborhoods.
That part makes sense because everybody can see themselves in her shoes, having done nothing wrong there.
Yeah.
All right, Angeline, thank you.
Thank you.